Today on the Chuck Land Show, we'll be featuring national touring bluegrass group, the Emmett Nursery Band. And amazing Scotty Anderson will show us what he's got. Also, comedian, radio legend, musician, and founder of Play It Forward, Mr. Gary Burbank will entertain us.
Next time somebody cuts the cheese, say you're on the elevator or something like that, and they cut the cheese, turn to them and say, Gesundheit. It works.
And also, the first psychedelic rock band of Cincinnati, the Sacred Mushroom, will show you that they still have it going on. My name is Chuck Land, and I've lived in many worlds, being a musician, veteran, animal lover, family man, videographer, and documentarian. Since 2005, my crew and I have documented over 17,000 hours of interesting people and places. I love what I do because you just never know what you're going to document and learn from each experience. And just maybe I can contribute to making the world a better place through my efforts. The featured presentation is brought to you by Landman Productions. Landman Productions provides videography, photo montages, editing, instructional videos, and entertainment for all occasions.
What's up? I'm Chuck Land Jr. I'm your host. Thanks for tuning in to the debut episode of Season 2. I'm really looking forward to bringing you good quality programming that you normally wouldn't see on regular television. When I'm not spending time with my family or doing things for my video business, Landman Productions, I try to document as many people and places as possible. People and places that I find interesting. So even though a lot of the content on this show is going to be music oriented, I want to also tell stories that might make you think outside the box a little bit. It takes a lot of effort to do this show. I do 90% of the shooting on my own, and I do all the editing and marketing. But you know, if I could touch one life through this show, then it's worth it. As a documentarian and historian, I have many interests. So you just never know what you're going to see each week. I want to start out this episode giving you a few facts of the area that I grew up in, Cincinnati, Ohio.
I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Some people have nicknamed it as the Queen City. Others have nicknamed it as Porkopolis, due to the number of slaughterhouses that have been here. But because of its location on the north bank of the Ohio River, Cincinnati was the last stop of the Underground Railroad. It was the first place to have a professional baseball team, and was home of the Isley Brothers, which wrote the song Shout and had many hits. The famous Hank Williams Sr. recorded some of his hit songs here in the early 40s at Herzog Studio. As a matter of fact, the Queen City had a recording studio before Nashville even did. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Johnny Lee Hooker lived here in his late teens and sang in many gospel groups before becoming a famous bluesman. We were privileged to have King Records, one of the most influential independent labels of the 1940s and 1950s. During that time, it had become the nation's 6th largest record company with more than 400 employees. There was a guy always hanging around the studio smoking cigars and bossing people around. Oh, wait a minute. That was the owner, Sid Nathan. Sid was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not to mention the Bluegrass Hall of Fame, which is no big deal, really. I mean, I've been inducted into both of those myself. And then I woke up.
I could go on all day about some of the wonderful people and organizations that have made Cincinnati special. But right now I'm going to focus on a nonprofit organization that I strongly support called Play It Forward. If you used to listen to 700 WOW when it was more entertaining, you might remember Mr. Gary Burbank, which had many characters like Earl Pitts and the Reverend Deuteronomy Skaggs. Gary is the founder of Play It Forward, and he's an awesome guy. He's a great friend and a wonderful human being, very humble. So anyways, let's check this out.
I had the privilege of crossing paths with Gary Burbank at a few fundraisers put on by the Play It Forward organization. It didn't take me long to realize why so many people loved Gary. He is truly a man of great character, and he's definitely one of those guys that will uplift your spirit and put a smile on your face. Give me an amen if you think the world can use more people like that.
Mr. Burbank, thank you so much for your time.
Sure, I got nothing but time now.
Yeah.
I'm retired. I need someone to talk to.
Tell me about Play It Forward. Obviously, I know all about you as a radio host and your history behind that. I know of you as a musician. Matter of fact, filmed you at one of the Play It Forward benefits.
And we got to actually jam together a little bit after in a little place in front of, I think we had a crowd of 3. Remember that night?
It might have been 10,
but we didn't
Gary.
care. We had a great time playing, yeah. Yeah, Play It Forward is more like, actually it came about with Larry Gashorn and I talking one day. And we were talking about certain people in the music business that really had to work hard to just exist and got no help. And I was thinking about that after all the benefits I'd been to, you know, and we all have. And to help someone out, they walk away with $200 or $300, and it may help out some, but how many of those can you do? And we thought if there was an organization that would kind of bring all this together under an umbrella and then help out musicians who are, you know, out there. I think our thing is you have to spend, you know, 51% of your income has to be from music. So you're, if you shut the car door on your fingers or something and you can't play guitar or whatever, then we might try to pay your rent for 6 months or something, you know, something to help you out through tough times. And the analogy I use is usually the people that get money from the arts are people wearing tutus or cummerbunds, you know, and never. But when you watch the guy, you watch Larry Gashorn, watch Scotty Anderson, someone like that. I mean, the talent and the creativity that and the work that it took to do all that makes them as much an artist as the guy with the first violin in the symphony orchestra. I mean, they're all music, and they're brothers and sisters under that umbrella too of music. And so, but these guys seem to be ignored, and I think it's time that we turn around and realize that that's where it's really coming from. Without them, it'd be a pretty empty place.
John Sheil is the executive director of Play It Forward. He's a good friend of mine, great musician, and he's really taken Play It Forward to the next level. It took the organization 4 years to find somebody like John.
Gigging musicians don't always have the resources to handle these catastrophic events that come up in their life, but yet they give so much to the community. I mean, they're the soundtrack of our lives. How do we do something nice for these folks that have given so much to us? And that's where Play It Forward has come from, really, the idea. And it's turned into becoming a comprehensive resource for musicians. Almost everybody who's associated with the organization is in some way a musician, be they a classical musician or a blues musician. We all want to see music in the tri-state area grow, and we want to see this as a real artistic community that's got some longevity. So all the groups that we are a part of, all of us involved with Play It Forward, we want to give back. And so this is our way of giving back to those who have given to us.
Play It Forward is known for hosting premier events in order to raise money to support their mission. They often feature some of the best performers in the region, such as the amazing Scotty Anderson.
come back from a short break, you're going to be entertained by one of my most hilarious friends, Mr. Gary Burbank.
And when somebody blows a back end out of their britches, that's when you ought to be calling on help from the Almighty.
Stick around because national touring bluegrass group the Emmett Nursery Band will be performing. Also, Sacred Mushroom will be tearing it up.
Oh, hey, you're tuning in to the Chuck Land Show. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
Brighten your world and color your day. Call Mad Max Graphics, a graphic service company. 513-604-0174, www.madmaxgraphics.com. We don't touch it, we retouch it.
Throughout Gary Burbank's radio career, he created a variety of characters. Some of those characters consisted of Earl Pitts, Gilbert Gnarly, the Reverend Deuteronomy Skaggs, and Howlin' Blind Muddy Slim, your 60-minute Jelly Belly Toe Jam man. His shows became one of the longest-running syndicated comedy programs ever. His Earl Pitts commentaries were syndicated nationally. I had the pleasure of documenting him at the Play It Forward fundraiser in 2010. It was quite a treat.
I am from Memphis, Tennessee, where all the churches have a picture of Elvis' Last Supper on the wall. And I think it was gravy and biscuits and stuff like that. But grew up, my family's off in Mississippi, and there's a book, by the way, it tells you all that stuff if you ever get a chance to read it. Right now, we're waiting for the paperback to come out because it costs too damn much on hardcover. You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I'm going to drop my pants, take a butter knife, spread Alpo all over my butt cheek, super glue my tongue to a fire hydrant, and wait for a pack of wild pit bulls to come along and lick it off. I don't know, I forgot. No, I'll tell you what it is. How come it is? People always say, God bless you when you sneeze, and nobody says nothing when you fart. Same to me. And when somebody blows a back end out of their britches, that's when you ought to be calling on help from the Almighty. I mean, think about it. It's weird. You sneeze, Gesundheit, God bless you. You fart. They say back in the olden days, people used to think that when you sneezed, that your soul come out your nose, and the devil then would be trying to crawl back up in your body while you was wiping the soul off your nose, right? Well, you trust me, if a devil's going to be trying to get in your body, he'll be more than happy to crawl up your butt. He lives in hell. How much worse could it be? Think about it. Hell in your butthole. So wake up, America. Next time somebody cuts the cheese, say you're on an elevator or something like that, and they cut the cheese, turn to them and say, Gesundheit. It works. Or you know, we might have to change God bless you to good God bless you, but it'll work just fine. And I'm Earl Pitts American. Pitts off. Gary. This is a character I did a little bit of. Let's see. And people ask me, they'll say, Gary, when you're doing the voice of Howlin' Blind Muddy Slim, your 60-minute Jelly Belly Toe Jam man, are you doing the voice of a famous African-American blues man? And I always say, no. I'm doing the voice of anybody from Louisiana. Because they all talk just like this. Everybody.
The women, you want chicory coffee, baby? The babies, mama, flip that out, I'm hungry. All right, as I was saying, Howlin' Blind, his theme song was kind of like, yeah, something like that. Howlin' Blind, Muddy Slim, your 60-minute jelly belly toe jam, man. Learn you some blues on Blues Break 201. Well, I told you, originally from Louisiana, and when I come to work a place like this, this will help me get into it. We always have to have a green card. Anybody in Louisiana leaves the state's got to have a green card. Now, I have learned the language, and I don't mess with the livestock no more. And I know all the state capitals. Yell out of state. I bet you I know the capital. Yell out of state. Delaware. Delaware. D. Give me one.
Washington.
W.
Play It Forward thanks you for coming in here, and we're trying to do some good things for musicians that may be a little needy at certain times of their lives, and we'll continue on with that, and thank you all again for coming. Appreciate it. Bye.